Now, 40 years later, set in the beautiful Adirondack State Park, what once was created for mass destruction is now a beautiful resort getaway.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of People Near Here. Today we're at Adirondack Air Park Estates in Saranac, New York, on the very northern edge of the Adirondack Mountains in far upstate New York. We've come here to introduce you to that fellow right there refueling his airplane in front of a house that he designed and built himself. Looks pretty ordinary, but it has a very special feature. Here's Bruce right here. Hey Bruce, how you doing?
How you doing, Derek?
You getting all fueled up? You're going to take off today?
Yeah, in a few hours. We're heading back to Connecticut.
Yeah, you live in Connecticut.
Oh, yes.
But you and your wife come up here to work on the estates and...
Oh, yeah, we have it's a 12-lot subdivision. We just got our permits approved for 12 lots, and we built a model home over there and just sold that. And
so you're working
now
on
we just
one.
finished this beautiful home.
But this one has a very special secret to it, doesn't it?
It's probably one of the most unique properties in the world, but it just looks like a typical house on the surface.
Okay. Well, Bruce, Francisco, will you give us a tour of your place? And
sure, let's
let
take
us
a
in
look.
on the secret?
Yeah, let's come this way.
Great, lead on. What got you interested in designing and building houses?
It was always a hobby. Even when I was 14 or 15 years old, I was doing some pretty interesting stuff for my grandmother. I was always fixing things around the house.
Oh, really? Or did you just...
No.
So you did this from scratch?
Everything here we did everything here, from the drywall to the electrical to the design.
No kidding.
Yes.
And my eye goes right to this interesting fireplace. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. And look at this counter, this great kitchen counter over here. It looks almost like an altar.
It's almost like it's a castle. It's
like
strong enough you can stand and jump in that thing. It's solid.
And it's nice indirect lighting underneath here.
Yeah, basically it's great for entertainment, this whole situation here.
Yeah.
We threw in this upstairs loft just as an added little feature for like a desk area.
And you got a deck that goes all the way around.
And we have a wraparound deck. There's actually 28 windows in this room, and you have a half bath right here.
Yeah.
Let me show you my basement. I got a really cool basement.
Okay, go ahead.
That's what's going to make it different.
All right. I like it. This is nice.
Now, this enters a whole nother world.
Okay.
Anyhow, we're walking down a set of stairs here, and
it's getting kind of echoey too.
Yeah, we go down a long way, don't we? It's not like your normal basement. And I'll tell you, at one point, this was another whole thing for another whole purpose. Now, Derek, this whole situation you see right here at one time was completely underwater for 30 years.
Wait, it was underwater for 30 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, as far as we got to do, you know what? Let me get the key. It's right over here. Okay, here we go. 2,000 pounds works pretty much the way it would have worked 30 years ago.
We'll step up there, Freddie.
I guess we should shut the door behind us.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, come here. Where are we?
Well, we're actually right now only 20 feet below the Earth's surface. We are in a abandoned missile base built by the government during the Cold War in the late 50s, early 60s. It's an Atlas F silo, and they were abandoned. They filled them with water, and that was it. As I said, this was all filled with water for 30 years.
So this...
Restoring this situation as you see it now was kind of like raising that Titanic and then restoring that back to its original condition. There was a lot of work involved to bring it to this level.
So you live here?
Yeah, it's a home. We're about to enter the Launch Control Center, which is basically another home with another full kitchen, a few master bedroom suites, and jacuzzi tubs, marble baths.
So you've taken something that was an instrument of war and turned it into a nice, comfortable, cozy home, huh?
Basically, it's like your own secret palace.
Yeah.
The reason we had to build in the upstairs is because the cement that went through the surface, it would get cold, and the difference between, because this is the coldest it gets in the hallway here. It's like 60 degrees. So it always created condensation. So we had to build a home over the whole thing and integrate it into this. So it's all one big complex now.
I see.
So anyhow, this was all underwater, 30 years.
And you pumped the water out of here?
Pumped the water out, cleaned it, my cousin and I. And then this,
now this is
all built in. Everything you see here is new.
Yeah, and this is a door, I can
understand. This is a door that we put in. And as I said, it wasn't like this when we got it. This is the upstairs of what they call the Launch Control Center. This is where the crew actually lived. Wow. Not where they launched the missiles, but this whole room up here was strictly for living quarters. So this tower right here is actually a support tower. And actually, if you want to walk over here,
this is concrete and rebar, I'm sure.
Oh, it's actually, this is tough. It's reinforced with epoxy resin. It's stainless steel mesh. This stuff's tough.
Yeah.
It's made to
How thick are the walls here?
3 feet. And then, actually, this escape hatch, we'll show you a little bit later, this used to be filled with sand. And if they ever needed to, they'd pull these levers, and the sand would be released, and they could climb out. The sand was like an insulation barrier in case there ever was a direct nuclear hit.
Because this was bomb-proof. I mean, you could hit this with a nuclear weapon.
Theoretically, it could take pretty close to a direct nuclear hit. The crew would survive and still be able to launch a missile.
Wow, you've done a great job. Look at this kitchen.
This is the kitchen.
And I see windows. Can that be a window?
Actually, see the colors in there?
Yeah.
It's fiber optic lighting. We shut down the lights. They would kind of just give it a real neat backlighting throughout the room.
Well, it's great because you're kind of claustrophobic, right,
Yeah,
Paul?
a little bit.
Do you feel claustrophobic?
No, not too bad. Huh? Actually, in here, I have my friend Donnie. He's been working with me throughout the whole project.
Oh, look at this. Donnie's still working back here.
We're just tying up the panel. We're actually finished. We're just tying up all the loose ends now. It's ready, pretty much a turnkey situation.
So you've built a home inside the silo, and you've done all the wiring, all the watering, all the
plumbing. We engineered the whole system.
Yeah.
We have a furnace upstairs, but all the baseboard we brought down with 6 zones for hot water baseboard throughout every situation.
Really? Gee, nice dining room table here. Looks like reminds me of the West Coast a little bit, you know?
Straight up from Mexico.
Mexico, yeah. Where do you sleep?
Well, we have the downstairs. Let's go check out the downstairs. Now, initially, the only way you could get to the downstairs was through that stairwell that we entered. We cut through the iron. I got to tell you, this whole interior was suspended with 4 huge shocks.
Really?
So if a bomb ever hit, the whole floor would ride on the shock.
Yeah.
Now it's resting on the bottom. Obviously, we don't need the shocks. So we had to cut this into the iron to the downstairs.
And carpeted it nice. The carpeting's important because it absorbs a lot of the
Well, you know,
and you painted this. Look at this paint job here. This is great.
Isn't that nice? It kind of almost gives it a marble effect.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. And as we come down here, this is the lower level, and this is where the crew manned computers. This whole downstairs was computer systems for the, I guess we would call primitive guidance systems that they had back then.
But then it was state of the art.
Well, actually, this whole room would fill with computers back then would now be satisfied with a simple laptop.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So anyhow, this is like a closet that goes under stairs here.
Got closet space.
Oh yeah, this is interesting. The spiral is a very interesting framing situation.
Yeah, look at the wood here. Leave this open. This is the stairs that we just came down.
Exactly.
And you've done a great job. You and your guys have done a fabulous job. Is this the main
this
one
is
of the
room.
bedrooms?
Here's my wife. She's checking her email.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm fine.
So you're plugged into the 21st century, even though you're sitting in a.
Here she is, 40 feet below the Earth's surface, communicating to other people around the country right now.
That's great.
That's right. 40 feet below the ground.
That's fabulous.
Here's the bathrooms. We built everything in. Everything's all custom. You have a real interesting walk-in shower. If you look over there, you see like the lighting effects.
See that? And it's great.
That's actually daylight spectrum light. So you almost have that feeling that something's coming through, and you don't have that feeling that you're 40 feet below the Earth's surface. You have tall ceilings in here, which give that effect too.
Nice job. Really nice job. Look at the size of that shower.
It's definitely different. Now, interesting with the vet, we always thought we'd have a moisture problem in here.
Yeah.
But we've gotten rid of it completely. We even have a fan that it sucks it out and draws it into the silo, which we'll see soon.
Yeah.
And but we don't have a moisture problem. It's actually a little dry. So we actually have a little humidifier when we sleep at night. But anyhow,
I'll bet it gets really quiet, doesn't it?
they're all yeah. You sleep great.
Do you? Yeah,
Great.
I'll bet you do.
And this is the master bedroom suite.
You have another bedroom?
Oh yeah, they're suites. Basically, they all have their own little situations.
Oh my, look at this.
There's a central sound system, and we have a video surveillance system, which is this is the master bedroom.
The bathroom.
Master bedroom, bath.
Look at this. Isn't
And
this beautiful?
again, walk-in showers are all custom with all sorts of...
Jacuzzi.
Yeah, a lot of marble and a lot of interesting effects. Same thing in there. It's a neat little shower. I don't know.
Check this shower out. Another big shower. You know, the people that manned this during the Cold War would get a real kick out of this.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't they?
I have a group of people interested in coming in this May. Take a look at it. They
Yeah.
were all Cold War advocates.
This whole place is for sale.
It's all for sale.
You're going to sell the missile silo and the whole?
And what they get is up to 85 acres of land. That's negotiable.
In the heart of the
They
Adirondacks.
get what is this? A rare 20th century collectible. Yes, you're right in the heart of Adirondacks, not far from Lake Placid, 20 minutes to skiing at world-class skiing, Whiteface.
Their private airport.
You got your own private airstrip, and it's the only one like it in the world. So it's done with quality all the way through, and that's what's unique and interesting.
It is. You've done a marvelous job. This just looks, I mean, this looks like it's been here since Roman days. Really, really nice. And you're on your own water system here, right?
We actually have 4 wells on the property.
Yeah.
And they're all just there. And we have as much water as we'd ever dream.
And you have, the electricity is local electricity.
We have 200 amp service.
Yeah, you're not isolated, in other words. I mean, if the rest of Saranac loses electricity during an ice storm, for example, you'll lose it too.
We'll lose it too, but we
Right.
have a backup generator system wired into the place.
Perfect.
So anyhow, this is this is the way
Step
you would
in.
normally have entered had we not cut the spiral staircase.
Wait a minute, now explain that to me. Oh, because when we
See, if
came
you
through
look
the
up
big
here-
glass doors.
Exactly. This is the other option to come down, but that's how the crew used to come down
I see.
when they came down.
Lickety split too, I'm sure. So you're going to put the laundry room in here?
This is the laundry room.
Yeah.
Washer, dryer.
Yeah.
And right here, we have, if I lift this up, which I don't want to do right now,
Yeah.
we have another tank. This was the sewer. But
Right.
now what we did, we built a closed system. We built a tank inside of it. And this pumps into that iron pipe, goes up 30 feet and shoots 100 feet out to an 1,800-gallon existing septic that the government built to handle 40 men. So, you know, it's quite overkill. And
That's fabulous.
this is the base. This is your cellar, in a sense.
Right.
But then you might think that this is all there is.
Yeah.
And then we enter the silo.
There's more.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a silo because there was a 15 about a 15-story missile at one
Well, actually,
point.
the missile was 110 feet tall, and we have a tunnel that goes 70 feet through 3 more blast doors, and here's one of them right here.
Can we see that?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Another door here.
Now this, we cleaned it, but we didn't clean it as thoroughly. You notice that the air is a little cooler in here?
Yeah. This would make a great wine cellar.
Oh,
This would make
incredible. You have 12,000 square feet of extra space down here to do whatever you want to.
And
But as far as we're concerned, this is our basement.
Yeah.
So let me
And
turn on the main
this
lights.
is what it all looked like upstairs before you guys came in.
Exactly. Well, this is a little cleaner. It's been cleaned up. I can't tell you, this was pretty rough.
Yeah.
This was
Plus
really
it
rough.
was underwater.
Yeah, this is pretty clean. But what we're going to see now, you get a good taste of
Going
it.
through another blast door. We just went through one there. There's another one here.
Yeah, there's 3 more blast doors.
Another blast door here.
And it's going to take a little while for these lights to warm up because they're high-pressure sodium.
Oh, you have, I see.
This is...
Come on over here in the light.
Okay.
This
What-
is great.
What
This
you
is-
have here, we're in a situation where it's 50-foot diameter. You basically have a steel skyscraper in place here.
Underground.
3/4 of these sites that exist today, which a lot of them are filled with water, don't have the steel. You'd walk out here to the end, and it would just be a big hole that's 50 feet wide, goes down 180 feet.
So why does
this is a
one
real
have-
commodity to have the steel in it.
Why does this?
Now, of course, they spent $18 million
And
in
they would blast a
1961.
hole in the ground first, a big hole, and then build this in the hole.
Right, you couldn't
Yeah.
even, for the cost $18 million to build it back then, you couldn't even dig the hole for that today.
Can we go over here?
Sure, it's starting to get brighter in here, so
Can you see this, Freddie?
You're
Can you get
safe.
light in here? Oh my goodness! Wait a minute.
the
hang on.
light's going to get brighter and brighter.
Hang on a sec. I'm a little afraid of heights, so I'm just going to take one real quick tweak here. Oh my gosh.
It goes down about 100 feet, 100 feet from where we are. If you look up, we could actually go up the stairs if you like, and you could get a good real shot of the blast doors. And
So the blast doors are right up there where those bright lights are.
Well, those aren't the blast. Yeah, that's the doors,
But
of course.
that's the surface.
Right.
That's the earth. I mean, that's the surface.
Right.
And in this big room here sat an Atlas missile.
Yes, exactly. And this was an elevator. See, the government came in, they took the elevator
Yeah,
out.
there was an elevator over here, and they removed that.
And then look over there. You see this thing right here?
Like a gantry crane.
That's like a little workstation. You can see where it went around the missile over there.
So they could work on them.
And look at the spring system.
Wait a minute, let's walk over there so Freddie can see it, because we're a long ways away.
Okay.
This is absolutely amazing.
It's pretty interesting that they've actually did something like this.
And this is the spring system here, Bruce? Is
Well,
what you're
if you look over here, you see this is a mount. There's 4 mounts. The concrete is actually 8 foot thick for the first 60 feet, I believe.
Wow.
And this mount is mounted into it. And you see those 2 poles hanging down?
Yeah.
If you look across, step over here a little bit,
Yeah.
you'll see the shock system.
Oh, yeah, big coils.
And now
over on
those
the other
extend
side.
down about 70 feet.
Yeah.
And this whole steel skyscraper is actually suspended by this shock system. So we're hanging. You won't be able to jump and feel it move, I'm sure, but
we're suspended inside a big hole.
right, if the earth ever moved, this thing's just going to hang on its shocks.
So if you don't like earthquakes, this is a great place to be.
Yeah.
You probably won't feel it.
It's interesting because I have some interested buyers on this thing already. I don't know who's going to actually follow through, but we could salvage this thing if they had the money. So that's an option. If they want us to do the work, if someone buys it, we could turn this into 7 apartments. You know, it could be for their friends as just a unique getaway.
Right.
But the possibilities are limited. I mean, there's a possibility of taking off one of those blast doors.
Yeah.
It's 2 doors, of course, that would open up.
Put a big skylight or something?
Right, just put like 1 foot thick skylight here. And you'd have an interesting atrium effect down here.
You would have a wonderful atrium. Heat it up a little bit, you could grow
You could
palm
have
trees in here.
You basically could have a really unique situation here. And if you think on these different levels there, each apartment would open up to the center area.
Yeah.
So it has the potential.
Yeah, it has a lot of great potential.
It's here. It's a basic. It's in place.
Well, that's it. That's all the time we have for this edition of People Near Here, from a very interesting home, you'll have to admit, right in the heart of the Adirondack Mountains. On behalf of videographer Paul Frederick, I'm Derek Muirden saying thanks for watching, and we hope that you'll tune in again next time when we'll introduce you to some more interesting people near here.